Hello students, today's topic is subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement means that the subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in number. It means a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. Let's see how. He is a good dancer. What is the subject in this sentence? He. He is the subject and it's a pronoun and he is a singular subject. Is the verb and it's a singular helping verb. Then singular subject and singular helping verb. It means singular subject takes a singular verb. They were late for the party. What is the subject in this sentence? They. They is a subject and verb is a verb. They is a pronoun and it's a plural pronoun. They, it means they is a plural subject and were is a plural verb. Plural subject takes a plural verb. It means a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. Here I have written some rules. Let's see. When the subjects are joined by and, we use a plural verb. It means when we have two subjects and it's joined by and, then we use a plural verb. Jack and Jill are playing. Jack and Jill, here are two persons and they are joined by and. It's a become plural subjects. Then I have written here are. Are is a plural helping verb. Raj and Rohan are at the mall. Raj and Rohan, they are two persons and they are joined by and. That's why they become plural subjects. And are is a plural helping verb. Raj and Rohan, they are plural subjects and that's why I have written here plural helping verb. Okay, it means when the subjects are joined by and, we use a plural verb. Next, if two subjects are joined by and but represent one idea, then the verb is singular. It means when two subjects are joined by and but it represents one idea and objects, then we use singular helping verb, like bread and butter is good for health. Bread and butter is good for breakfast. Can we eat only butter without bread? No. And can we eat bread without butter? No. When we join these two, bread and butter, when we mix it, then they complete. Okay. Then they represent one object. It means it's singular. They are representing one idea or one object. That's why we will use singular helping verb. Horse and carriage is ready at the gate. Okay, ready at the gate. When horse and carriage, these two words combine together or mix together, then they become the traveler. Then they become travel resource. Okay, then they will become one object. That's why it's a singular. That's why I have written here a singular helping verb. Okay, when two subjects are joined by and but when they represent one idea, one object, then we will use singular helping verb. When two singular subjects joined by and refer to same person or thing, the verb is in the singular. It means when two singular subjects are joined by and but when they represent the same person or thing, then we will use singular helping verb. Let's see how. My friend and guide has came. I have written here singular helping verb, but there's a two noun, friend and guide. Okay, but students, these two words representing the same person. It means my friend and guide is the same person. It means we are talking about for the same person. Okay, that's why I've written here singular helping verb. There's a two nouns, friends and guide, two words two subjects, but they are representing only a one person. The friend and guide is the same person. That's why I've written here has singular helping verb. It means my friend and guide has came. It means only one person has came, and he is my friend and guide also. The poet and novelist is no more. Who is no more? Poet and novelist. They are two person? No. I have written here is. It means there is only one person. Means poet and novelist is the same person. Okay, there is not two person. There is only one person. These two words representing the same person. These two words representing the one person. Okay, that's why written here is. It means when two subjects are joined by and but they are representing the same person or same things, then we will use singular helping verb. When two subjects, singular and plural, are joined by or either or neither nor, the subject agrees with the subjects closest to it. It means when two subjects are joined by using these words, then we will write the helping verb according to the second subject, we can say, or according to the words, according to the subject which come nearest to the verb. Let's see how. Either Pratik or the children are at home. Pratik is the first subject and children is the second subject. Pratik is singular and children is plural. And which helping verb I have written here? Are. Are is a plural helping verb. It means I have written are according to the children. We will not see this two subject. We will see only the last one, okay, which is near to the verb, and which we can say which is the second subject. Then children is plural. That's why I have written here are. It means according to the verb agree with the subject closest to it, okay. Which subject is closest to the verb, according to that we will write the helping verb. Children is plural, that's why I have written here are. Neither the children nor Pratik is at home. You can see I have used the same words, but I have changed the place. Children, I have placed the children, and Pratik, I have changed the place of Pratik. But here I have written singular helping verb. Why? Because before the helping verb there is given singular subject, and it is the second subject. Neither the children nor Pratik is at home. Then according to this subject I will write the helping verb, and our subject is singular. That's why I have written here singular helping verb. It means when subject is plural, second subject or the near closest subject is plural, then we will write plural helping verb. When it's singular, then we will write the singular helping verb. So please remember this word or, either or neither nor. Next, words like each, everyone, no one, nobody, neither, either agree with singular verbs. It means when we have these words in a sentence, then we will write singular helping verb. They are always used as a singular subject. One of the eggs is broken. I have written here singular helping verb. Everyone in the class is going for the picnic. Everyone is given here. That's why I have written here is. Next, words like there and here are not the subject of a sentence. The subject follows the verb. Students, if you find in any sentence there and here, then it means not here and there. There and here is the subject. It's not the subject. According to the subject, we will write the verb. As I have told, if our subject is singular, then we will write the singular verb. If our subject is plural, then we will write the plural verb. Okay, according to the subject, not according to here and there. There is no teacher in the staff room. Then what is the subject? Teacher is the subject, not the there. There is not the subject. Okay, then according to the teacher, which helping verb I have used is. Teacher is singular, that's why I have used singular helping verb is. Here is the key. Here is the subject. No, here is not the subject. What is the subject? Key is the subject, and key is singular. That's why I have used singular helping verb. Okay, according to the subject we will use the verb. Next, if a phrase comes between the subject, if a phrase come between the subject, the verb, subject and the verb agrees with the subject and not with the noun in the phrase. It means if a phrase come between the subject and the verb, then we will write the verb according to the subject, not according to the phrase. The captain as well as his teammates, as well as his teammate is the phrase, captain is the subject. Then according to the captain we will write the verb. Captain is singular, then we will write the singular verb. Let's see. Plays well. Captain is singular, that's why I have written here singular verb. Next, student, collective nouns are the group of things, people or anything. Okay, it may be used as a singular or as a plural. Let's see. Collective nouns such as family, team, group, committee, etc., if taken as a unit, are considered singular and take a singular verb. If it is used, if collective noun is used as a unit, as a singular, when it represents a singular group, then we will use the singular verb. Okay, but when it is used, but if collective nouns are taken to mean a number of individuals, they take a plural verb. But when they represent individually members of the group, then we will use the plural helping verb. Let's see singular helping verb. The team practices every day. The team, here it's used as a singular, that's why I have written here singular verb. Means every player of the team practices every day, means all the players. It here team representing a group, a single unit, that's why it's a singular and singular verb is used here. The my family is in Paris, means family represent a unit here, means all the members is in the Paris. It means here is used singular helping verb. Next, but if collective nouns are taken to mean a number of individuals, they take a plural verb. When it represent individual members, then we will use the plural. The class were disagreeing with one another about the answer, means the students of the class, they were not agree with the answer, means they are disagree with the answer, means the opinion of the students are different. Here the students are representing individually. Okay, it means here it says use as a plural, that's why I have written here plural verb. The team have to buy their uniform themselves, means the player of the team, they will buy their uniform individually. Here the team has not used as a unit, here it represent individual members. Okay, that's why it means here team is used as a plural, that's why I've written here have. Okay, the most important thing of this topic is student subject verb agreement. Singular subject takes a singular verb and plural subject takes a plural verb. We will always write the verb according to our subject. Okay, thank you.